Good afternoon, kindergarten parents. It's Mrs. Schmidt in room 109, and I hope you are having an awesome day. I wanted to take a few minutes to just share with you some of the things that I'm considering for report cards and placement for the end of the year and looking ahead to first grade. So the first thing you can see right here is I'm going to be taking a look at how well your child knows all of the letter names and sounds of the alphabet. So you can see that I have the consonant sounds separate right up here, and they are not in chronological order. So your child should be able to say the name and the sound of all of the consonants, whether they go chronologically in order or not. And then same for the vowels. We've spent the entire year working on short vowel sounds. And then just in the last couple weeks, I have been teaching all of the long vowel sounds. So I'm hoping that students are learning those long vowel sounds too. So what this would look like when I administer this assessment is I want the child to look at the consonants and say W, W, P, P, Q, Q, V, V, and so on all through the end. And then when they get to the consonants, when they get to the vowels, I'll say, okay, tell me the letter name and the sound that you know. And most of the students will say A, ah. And if they don't automatically give me the long vowel sound, which is fine, I'll just say, okay, do you know another sound for that letter? And I'm hoping that they will say A. Also on this page, you can see that I have all of the kindergarten sight words, and I did send those home on either a green piece of construction paper or purple piece of construction paper last week. So I hope you have cut those apart and are spending a couple minutes each evening taking a look at those. A couple other things that I will be looking at with your child to see how they're gaining proficiency is if they can write their numbers 1 through 20. So let's see. Looks like I can't shrink the desktop, so I'm just going to show you here. It says I can write my numbers 1 through 20, and I just want them to be able to do that right here so that they're writing the numerals correctly and in the correct order. And in fact, today we did one of these practice as well as this on the easel, so you can see that I just want to make sure that all kiddos can write their numbers 1 through 20, just like this. And you can practice that at home too. A couple more things. I want to know if your child can count to 100. Just sequentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 100. And that's without prompting. So you can say what comes next, a couple times, but when I'm asking your child if they can count for me, I will probably only prompt them 1 or 2 times, but I won't give them any of the numbers. They have to be able to do those all by themselves. And I also want them to count by tens to 100. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and so on. And then finally, the last thing that I'm going to take a look at is if your child can correctly write his or her first and last name. And that's a capital letter for the first name. All of the letters formed correctly in their first name with a space in the middle and a capital letter for their last name. So those are some things that you can be working on at home to support your child in their learning. I would really appreciate that. And I can already tell some of you are doing those kinds of things at home because I can see it in your kids talk about when you practice that at home. So anyway, everybody, I really appreciate you taking a couple minutes to listen to this video. And of course, even more so appreciate all of the time that you invest being your child's first teacher and helping us here at school. If you're here, please go ahead and pop by and say hello at 2:30 any day. Bye-bye.